I only promote the Patriot flashlight because it's freaking awesome. It's got a bright-ass forward-facing 500 lumen LED light with strobe functions, a glass breaker, a seatbelt cutter, a compass, and a bright LED shop light with emergency flashing modes. And the best part is, if your phone runs out of juice, don't worry about it. Your flashlight will charge it from 0 to 100%, no problem. And if you need more power, forget about buying batteries. This thing is solar powered. Just throw it out in the sun for a couple hours and you're good to go. Grab one or two for your friends and family. Use my link in the description and get your discount. Hey, did you hear about the new restaurant? It's called Karma. There's no menu, but there you get what you deserve. This CNN Pulse of the People segment that I went over in one of my previous videos has really unearthed some serious cognitive dissonance on the part of the masses and the network puppets who deceive them. Now, the leftist young Turks who really want the hammer of socialism to fall heavy on the American people have jumped into the fray.
CNN's New Day likes to do these focus groups, and oftentimes they'll have Trump voters on to kind of discuss where they're at when it comes to Trump as a candidate. Are they happy? Are they disappointed? Well, this latest panel was with Pennsylvania's swing district voters, and there was one portion that included Allison Camerata, the CNN host, asking a Trump voter what it would take for her to turn her back on Trump. I'm gonna warn you, this is a disturbing answer. Take a look.
Crystal, is there anything that he could do or anything that could happen that would make you not vote for him?
No.
I didn't mention it in my last video, but this part right here is a very stupid answer. In other words, no matter what Trump does, she would still cast a vote of support for him. Basically, he could do anything. He could burn down my mother's house, he could send my kids off into slavery, he could chop off my feet, and I'd still vote for him. This woman's answer right here is quite idiotic. And don't be fooled. Even though CNN won't say it, there were a lot of people who thought this exact same thing about Obama, Bill Clinton, you name it. There are still people out there who even believe that about Hillary. And that's hard to believe. It's called being heavily involved in the cult of personality. Your leader can do absolutely no wrong. And it's more common than you think. People turn their minds off and just blindly follow their leader. Stockholm Syndrome has taken hold, and there's nothing you can do to get them to see that the apple of their eye is actually their oppressor. But here's the part that the Young Turks took issue with.
If he shot someone on Fifth Avenue, would you vote for him?
You'd have to know why he shot.
Yeah, why did he shoot him?
Oh my God.
So this is the shooting someone on Fifth Avenue is a statement that Trump made. I could shoot someone on Fifth Avenue, they'd still support me.
I think it's entirely logical to ask why Trump shot somebody. Was he acting as a stone-cold killer, extinguishing the life of an innocent person? Did he shoot somebody out of self-defense? To be forced to answer a question without being able to logically ask for nuance is about as dishonest as you can get. And one more thing, I don't support Trump or any political hack. But to be completely honest about what Trump really said, the context of shooting somebody on Fifth Avenue and not losing any voters is from the perspective of what the polls say about his supporters, not what he's saying about him.
The people, my people are so smart. And you know what else they say about my people? The polls. They say, I have the most loyal people. Did you ever see that? Where I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and I wouldn't lose any voters, okay? It's like incredible.
But he never corrected it, and he could have made the whole thing up. So the way he presented it makes it seem like he actually believes that about his supporters. But it gets better in this Tom and Jerry styled Young Turks propaganda piece.
And he's right. I mean, I guess he really does understand like the pulse of his base. They just don't value human lives. It's amazing.
Says the woman who's pedal to the metal for slaughtering babies in the womb. We should all know by now that hypocrites rarely see and come to grips with their own hypocrisy. This is dangerous crap, and these are dangerous people who are doing their part every day to poison the minds of the masses.
Like, he's just trained his entire base, unfortunately, to accept his alternate reality, and he's been grooming them since he started his campaign in 2015.
Where you been, buddy? That's all politics is. A narcissistic psychopath gets up there and tries to market himself and deceive people into accepting him as their leader. You just identified the actions of every single politician ever. Trump is no different. And to think that any politician should be different is to just stick your head in the sand and forget about reality.
And so now this is just the fruits of what happens when you convince all your fans to just only accept your version of reality. And it's kind of shocking now.
What a bunch of freaking hypocrites. These people were for Hillary Clinton back during the 2016 election. They're the ones who wanted Americans to accept her version of reality and literally got mad and cried when Donald Trump emerged as the victor of the banker-rigged selection process. So the only way they can consider this shocking is by forgetting that they themselves are members of the cult of personality on the left side of the statist highway.
What happened to Republicans who claimed that they were concerned about big government? Because I would argue that having a president who is defended regardless of what he does is enabling big government, right?
Guys, truth is truth. And Kasparian, who's a leftist misfit, is absolutely right about this.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's scary. I think you could attack it from a number of different angles. I think generally I look at this sort of story and I think, well, this is scary. This is a scary prospect for democracy to have so many people.
This is a scary prospect for democracy to have so many people.
And there's their buzzword, democracy. The Young Turks and every corporate media outlet are all about foisting the immorality of mob rule onto the masses. And check out John Idarola's Remember to Vote propaganda shirt. This is crazy.
Not just like finding themselves in a cult of personality, but
everybody that I know on the Young Turks stage is a member of the Bernie Sanders, Ocasio-Cortez cult of personality. Guys, I could keep going on with this, but you get the point. There are masses of people checked into the cult of personality, and the people on programs like the Young Turks are like the very cultists themselves, cemented to the cult's altar, telling everybody that they need to get out of their cult of personality as they promote their own cult of personality. Help me combat YouTube's censorship and suppression algorithms by liking and sharing this video with everybody you know everywhere you can on social media. And leave your thoughts about this for the world and the Google Thought Police in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys in the next heavily censored shadow ban video.